Howdy folks, welcome to the channel. I was originally going to wear my Sopranos hat for this one, but I switched up for obvious. Once I sat down, I'm like, oh, it's Loretta. I had to switch up because she's from Kentucky. My girlfriend is from Kentucky, and the coal miner's daughter. And it's a gift request from Ronnie, who lives in upstate or mid-state New York, not New York City. And so I figured, you know what, I'll do the Sopranos thing because you might be around a few paisans, but as everybody is. But I'm in Jersey, and so, yeah, absolutely. But all that's, I went to school with James Gandolfini at Rutgers. He was a Rutgers guy, and I was there at the same time he was. So this is, though, Loretta Lynn's coal miner's daughter. Ronnie made a gift, so thank you, Ronnie, for this one. When I originally did this, it was blocked. And gosh, that would have been probably like 7 years ago or something. So I did Sissy Spacek's rendition of it. And now we're going to give it a go. Because one thing that had to happen in the evolution of the internet was the different components of the internet, the different sites and all that, and platforms had to connect with one another and get up to speed with who's going to get the money for what. Basically, and I understand it. You know, I've been a businessman and still am, and so I understand the need to track the cash. And so various, I guess, entities kind of put things more together, and YouTube and the copyright holders and the royalties collections agencies and stuff got their stuff more in sync. So maybe I'll be able to react successfully to this one today. But here is the dealio. Ronnie said this: if this is blocked, let me know and I'll find another one. To me, this song is truly amazing. Imagine trying to put your life into a song. Is there anything more country than this? No. No is the answer to that. She wrote it a couple of years before she recorded it. She didn't record it immediately because she figured who would care about her life? Boy, was she wrong. Song, book, movie, and now working on a Broadway play. She was always proud of where she came from. I love that about her. I was raised poor, as were many of my friends. I could see them trying to hide it. Loretta walked out and was proud. I'll be going to a cabin in the woods on a lovely lake for 2 weeks with my family. Time with my grandson to start making more memories. And end quote, right? That's what Ronnie had written. And I actually thought a week ago or two that because I've mistakenly referred to you as Fun-Ronni, but it's Feather-Ronnie, that was my confusion, that I might just start calling you Fun-Ronni. Because you're pretty fun. I like that about you. So I'm sure others do, and your grandson's going to love it. Is he even old enough, though, to even have memories? Generally, you don't start cognitively, you don't really remember much prior to the age of 5. You know, you might remember a thing or two at age 4, but that's pretty rare. Anyway, let's do Coal Miner's Daughter, one of the most iconic songs of all time. It's live.
Well, I was born a coal miner's daughter in a cabin on a hill in Butcher Hollow. We were poor, but we had love.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that Daddy made sure of. He shoveled coal to make a poor man's dollar.
Brilliant lyricism.
My daddy worked all night in the Vanlier coal mines, all day long in the field of hoeing corn. Mommy rocked the babies at night and read the Bible by the coal oil light. And everything would start all over come break of morning. Daddy loved and raised 8 kids on a miner's pay.
8? Yikes.
Mommy scrubbed our clothes on a washboard every day. Why, I've seen her fingers bleed there was no need. She'd smile in mommy's understanding way.
We got.
In the summertime, we didn't have shoes to wear. But in the wintertime, we'd all get a brand new pair. From a mail order catalog, money made from selling a hog. Daddy always managed to get the money somewhere. Yeah, I'm proud to be a coal miner's daughter.
You know, how does she decide how to sing this song? Do you think about that? Like psychologically, like you're getting up there. She's a human being. You know, we forget that like these artists aren't like these demigods and all, you know, all this stuff. These are actual human beings. They didn't know if they were going to make it or not. They started writing songs. They didn't get accepted at first. It isn't, you know, you deal with rejection. They're human. And then you're going to tell your story. And here's your story. We were poor. We had love, but we were poor. And here are some of the details of our poverty. And now you're going to sing it. You sing it in a downtrodden way? You sing it in an uplifting way? This is part of the creative process that I know they have to go through because I understand a bit of how things work, but I don't understand the specifics because I never recorded or performed anything like this publicly. But you do need to decide, am I going to sing this with a happy tone, kind of like she is? Or downtrodden, downbeat, whatever you'd call it. Like it, I marvel because you are revealing yourself to the world. And even though at this point she probably performed it, 250 times or something like that, but still, you still got to be true to what the song is. And obviously not ashamed, as Ronnie pointed out, in what she'd written to me and what I read to you. But listen to how she's singing it, not just what.
I remember well the well I drew water. The work we done was hard, and I would sleep because we worked hard. I never thought of ever leaving, but your heart.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of things have changed since way back then. And it's so good to be back home again. Not much left but the floors. Nothing lives here anymore except the memories of a coal miner's daughter.
You know,
Thank you.
people love honesty in ways. When I first learned my lesson about this, that when you reveal things about yourself, I've always been a fairly open person, but back when I was younger, I was defensive. And that's partly part of my raising, the way in my family you had to be on the defensive. And, every family has its own dynamics going on there. But where I really learned to open up, it was in my writing. And it was when I was reading Anne Lamott and I saw how open she was about her life. And I found myself being drawn more to her. Now, I never met her, but through her writing. And then I read some of these autobiographies, like Mary Carr wrote about, a memoir, 3 of them actually, about her life. And Anne Lamott, talking about the maladies and how she's generally the problem in her own life. And it's just very, very funny the way she depicted it. But I found just being endeared to her more. So it isn't that when somebody reveals their flaws, failings, or things that like society might shun, like poverty or what have you, that I wasn't pushed away. I was drawn to her. And that's Loretta. That's exactly, you hear the applause. It isn't just because by this point she's, one of the it people in country, but it's this song touches the heart. And people do love. I mean, Americans do anyway. We love these Hollywood endings, so to speak. We like the rags to riches story. We like it when somebody succeeds, for the most part. Unless you have issues, then, you'll like success or people who, get to a better position in life. You get one new pair of shoes in the winter. That's it. Summertime, no shoes. So, Ronnie, beautiful. I don't think I'll have a problem uploading this one, but I'll rate this one, and that's a 10. This might only have been like the 4th or 5th time in the 8 years I've done the channel that I've given 2 10s on the same day. These might even be back to back, the way they're being uploaded and requested. So that's going in the playlist of songs of 10 and above, because that's just straight up. That's a 10. So, Ronnie, I hope your vacation is a 10 and your time with your family and your memories are all 10s. So there you go. And come back with some good stories for us. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.